Okay, stop scrolling for a second. You think you know why the New England Patriots are in Super Bowl LX this Sunday?
It's not what you think.
It isn't the play calling. It's not the analytics. We found something else. A secret weapon that has nothing to do with football. It all happened at a dinner table.
So stick with us.
Yeah.
Because the conclusion we're drawing here about what actually wins championships in 2026 is, well, it's pretty shocking.
And we are also breaking down the huge winners from last night's NFL honors. But first, do us a quick favor, hit that like button, comment with your Super Bowl prediction, and subscribe so you don't miss anything.
Okay, let's get into it. The Patriots' offensive line is at Mastro's Steakhouse in Santa Clara.
A very expensive steakhouse. So why is a dinner receipt more important than, hours of practice tape?
Because the coaching staff is calling this the connective tissue of the whole team. This wasn't just guys getting food. The media team actually paid for it.
They paid for it. Why?
To force them to talk, to build a bond. You have to remember, this O-line isn't a bunch of guys who've played together for years.
Not at all. That's the crazy part. The turnover was just, it was massive. They replaced 4 of the 5 starters in one single offseason.
Exactly. That should be a complete disaster.
A disaster, yeah.
They bring in veterans, guys like Morgan Moses, Garrett Bradbury, but then they throw 2 rookies into the fire. Will Campbell from LSU and Jared Wilson from Georgia.
And Wilson is not just a rookie, he's moving from center to left guard.
Which is a notoriously difficult switch. Mentally, it's a whole different world trying to block those NFL tackles. So how does a steak dinner fix your blocking assignments?
I was going to ask the same thing.
It creates what they call psychological safety. The O-line coach, Doug Marrone, he said this is the closest team he's ever seen.
That's a big statement.
It is. He was worried, genuinely worried, about how these rookies would fit. But because they had these meals, these veterans just started pouring into the young guys. It made the chemistry happen way faster than reps on the field did.
Let's talk about those rookies, though. Will Campbell, 4th overall pick, huge expectations, but he had a rough start to the playoffs, didn't he?
Rough is putting it mildly. He was coming off a knee injury and he struggled. But then you watch the AFC Championship game against Denver.
0 sacks allowed.
Not a single one. And he said afterward that he finally felt like himself again. But he credited the other guys in that room, the veterans, for keeping him grounded but also lifting him up. That bond is why they're here.
It's that classic band of brothers story, but it's actually working. And speaking of the guy who built this culture, we got some big news last night from NFL honors that really confirms all of this.
We did. Mike Vrabel. He was just named the 2025 AP Coach of the Year.
Wow, okay. That makes perfect sense.
It totally validates it. He took a team that was at the bottom and rebuilt it around, toughness and relationships.
He wasn't the only one who won big, though. What were the other major awards?
Well, the big one, MVP, went to Matthew Stafford of the Rams. But for this game, for the Super Bowl, the name you have to know is Jackson Smith-Njigba.
The Seahawks receiver.
The Seahawks receiver who just won Offensive Player of the Year. So that's the conflict, right? You have this Patriots Brotherhood.
And they have to stop the single best offensive player in the league.
Yeah. We also have to give a shout out to the Browns, Carson Sweezinger for Defensive Rookie of the Year, and of course, Bobby Wagner, Walter Payton Man of the Year.
A true legend.
All of them. But it all comes back to Sunday.
So we promised a shocking conclusion. And I think here it is. In an age of AI and high-tech analytics, the Patriots built their road to the Super Bowl with vulnerability, with old-school, face-to-face dinners.
It really is shocking because it just goes against everything modern football is supposed to be about. They built a fortress out of friendship. But that sets up the ultimate question for Sunday.
Can friendship and culture actually stop the most talented offensive player in the entire NFL?
Or does pure, raw talent just win out at the end of the day?
That is the matchup to watch.
It's everything.
Ours. We'll find out on Sunday. Thanks for listening.